Tracey Webster is the CEO of the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship. She just addressed the Metropolis Summit. Tracy, what was your message?
Basically, what we were showcasing was how if you come alongside entrepreneurs that have just got a business up and running and really journey with them, they are the individuals that go on to create the many jobs that are required in South Africa. But also just wanted to showcase that there is an incredible spirit of Ubuntu within the youth. So many of the businesses we see are not only addressing social issues in our country and coming up with solutions for them, but so many of our entrepreneurs are giving back into their communities. A percentage of their profit goes back to a local feeding scheme. And I just think they really showcase the heart of Ubuntu and what a caring city looks like. And really ours is the privilege of having this window of hope into what the city can be.
So how do you operate? Do you provide a platform for people that want to become entrepreneurs and grow and develop that?
We have a centre in Branson in the heart of the city of Johannesburg. And basically what we do is we provide business knowledge and skills. So they come through an intense training program with us. We also open up our networks and markets to them, really leveraging the Virgin Group. And also help them broker access to finance, help them develop a business plan. And then the thing that we also love to do is to create platforms for our entrepreneurs to shine. When we have international guests hosted by Sir Richard Branson, we always give our entrepreneurs an opportunity to pitch their businesses, and just incredible things have happened with their businesses, and a lot of them have expanded not only across South Africa but also internationally as well.
So how many people have come through your doors over the past 2 years? I would imagine thousands of them.
Well, we never take more than 20 to 25 in a class, so we've trained up 500 entrepreneurs, but we've interviewed well over sort of 1,300 applicants. So our focus really is not to incubate ideas, but more to come alongside and support those entrepreneurs who've already got a business up and running, but typically they're not breaking even, and they're really struggling with growing their businesses. And what we've noticed with those entrepreneurs, that they might not be earning anything, but within 3 months of being at the centre, they're suddenly earning 10,000 Rand, which really starts changing, their whole existence socially. And from there, they just keep continuing growing their business as they're plugged into the journey at the centre.
Well, we know unemployment is a major problem, not only in South Africa, but throughout the continent and in other parts of the world as well. Unemployment very often leads to poverty that eventually leads to crime. How do we then create the concept of safer cities? How do we take it forward? How do we get people off the streets to really make them earn an honest living?
Well, what we've realized with our entrepreneurs is that within the first sort of 6 months, a lot of those businesses are starting to create jobs. So we're looking at 2 new jobs that these entrepreneurs are creating. And I think the city needs to work together around addressing those kinds of issues. It's not just the city, it's the businesses within those cities. And it's the individuals that live within the city. So I think NGOs in South Africa are doing an extraordinary job around addressing youth development, job creation, and I think partnering with business and partnering with the city really is the solution. No one organization can do it by itself. It's got to be in collaboration.
And how do you see the role of local government in what you are doing?
So we think local government has a huge role to play in what we're doing, and national government as well. So one of the things that we do is we work with our entrepreneurs to really unpack some of the hurdles that they're facing within terms of the regulatory environment. And we're wanting to feed those proposals back to government so we can start unlocking some of the regulatory environment. It's very, very hard for a small business. They've got sort of 45 areas of legislation that they have to adhere to, and it's just too onerous on small businesses. So I think working in collaboration with government to unlock some of those blockages is critical, and just access to markets, registering your business, how can we make that more efficient? It takes sort of 6 months to get your business registered. So those are some of the things that we feel we can work better in collaboration.
Too much regulation, you believe?
Yeah, too much regulation. For the smaller businesses that are just getting up and running, it's tough for them.
Well, you take some of our major cities, one of the biggest problems we have is illegal hawking, where people simply put their goods on the pavement and sell. How does local councils, how do local councils overcome those type of problems without infringing on the right of people to make an honest living?
No, I mean it's a tough one, and I think local government probably has to work really closely with the NGO sector around addressing some of that and helping develop the programs. But one thing I would iterate is those people need to be in the conversation. We cannot exclude their voice from the conversation. We cannot develop plans without having those hawkers involved in the conversation. So we need to consistently remind ourselves that when we're developing solutions, the solutions often need to be driven by the people that are facing those issues, and I don't think that happens enough.
Well, you've got a great initiative, obviously making a big difference, and we wish you well, Tracey, and all of the best in your future endeavors. That's Tracey Webster, the CEO of the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just 2 minutes?
Sorry.
No, it's fine.